everyone. My name is Joe Scarmato, principal of Tompville High School. I want to take this opportunity to explain a few things that Tompville High School will be doing next year in terms of very small changes. Many rumors are flying out there, and I want to make sure that I set the record straight in terms of why and what we're going to be doing for next year. One of the many things that I've noticed is that students at Tompville High School have 4 minutes to travel from one period to the next. And in most cases, as much as students really want to do the right thing to get to class, sometimes with 4,000 students in their way, it becomes a little difficult for them to travel. So one of the things that we thought about is, hey, why don't we make it easier for the students? Why don't we bring the classes to the kids as opposed to the kids going to the classes? So what we thought about doing is scheduling students' programs so that their main subject areas, math, science, English, social studies, and foreign language, are in close proximity. We're not taking away programs, we're not changing anything, we're not taking away anything that students would want to take. It's just that we're facilitating their mode of travel to make it easier for them. Let's take a look, for example, at what a typical Tompville High School student does right now with his own schedule. So I took the liberty of extracting a schedule from a typical freshman student. So currently, the student begins his day on the second floor. This is his first class in the C wing, and then has to travel to the first floor D wing. So as you can see, they have to do some kind of traveling within 4 minutes. Then in their third period class, they have to travel all the way up to the third floor opposite wing, and then the period after, they travel through the third floor opposite side of the floor on the third floor to the fourth period class. Then for their fifth period class, they go all the way down to the basement in a small cafeteria. For their sixth period class, they're climbing back up to the second floor, A wing. Then for seventh period, they're traveling all the way across, even though it's on the same floor, it's quite a distance to their seventh period class. And then they have to go back down to the basement, eighth period class. What we're proposing is that, as you can see from the color-coordinated areas, our freshmen, for example, which is this green area on the third floor, will have the majority of their main classes located in the same area. So if this particular student had to take, let's say, math here, social studies might be a couple of doors down or right next door. Or social studies might even be on the opposite side of the wing, but still only being able to travel in this particular area. So these are the 5 major subject areas, and the student will still have to travel down to the basement for cafeteria, for lunch, and for the gymnasium, but those would be the only 2 periods that they really would have to travel far away. We do understand that they have to take electives like music or art. Those are designated areas, and there too they're going to have to travel. But it's not a perfect system where they're contained. They're not contained for the entire day, but they are going to travel in close proximity. All we did is facilitated their movement. The orange represents the 10th graders. And since there are not that many rooms for the 10th graders on the third floor, the majority of their rooms will be on the second floor, directly below. So the 10th graders will be traveling up and down the stairs. As you can see, the white areas are designated rooms that will not change, like, for example, photography and drama, computer lab, ROTC, culinary, architecture. These rooms remain as is. And because these are offered to students in all different grade levels, there's still going to be some cross-pollination. So the students are not confined in one area for their whole day, and they're not block scheduled, because within their schedule they have the same teachers, and within those same teachers they can scramble into different sections. In addition, and this is something that most parents will like, on every floor and in every wing, there's going to be an assistant principal assigned. And on the adjacent corners, there are going to be guidance counselors and deans. So we're having our deans move upstairs, we're having our guidance counselors move upstairs, and these deans and these guidance counselors will be aware and knowledgeable of these particular students who are on the same grade level. They will do the same thing here on the second floor. You have an assistant principal office in every wing, and you'll have a dean and a guidance counselor in all the corners, monitoring movement of students, making sure the students are getting to class. On the first floor, we don't have as many classrooms. Currently, we had 3. where the college office occupied a classroom. We're moving the college office into the guidance suite because we're moving our guidance counselors upstairs, gaining an extra room and giving the opportunity for students to fit in more classes. In addition, in the basement, we're also moving out a CBO, which services the YUBC, putting them into the dean's office because the deans are also being moved upstairs, gaining yet another classroom. In the cafeteria, the large cafeteria in the back, one of those rooms will become a student center where we will be putting computers and tables so that students will be able to have the opportunity during their lunch period to work on their assignments if they wish to do so. This is something that obviously is not restructuring. Obviously, it's not taking away any of the programs that our students are currently taking. They're still going to have a high school feel because they do have to take these specialized classes in different areas of the wing. But what we're trying to do is simply move kids in a more organized way, making sure that they get to class on time. In addition, we're changing our schedule from a multi-session to a single session. That means that all students will begin their day at 8 o'clock, period 1, and they will all end their day every day of the week at 2:20. This gives the teachers the opportunity to plan more on Mondays instead of 30 minutes, 80 minutes, giving them the opportunity to fine-tune their skills to be able to deliver to our students the best quality instruction. And one other thing, when students, for example, the 9th graders have lunch and physical education, they all go down at the same time. Half of them will go to physical education, the other half will go to lunch. During that time, it frees up all the 9th grade teachers that your children have as a teacher, giving them the opportunity to meet 5 days a week as part of a common planning team where they can talk about all the strengths and areas of weakness so that they can address those needs for the students during that time. And the same thing goes on for the 10th grade and the 11th grade. What you have not seen here are the seniors. The seniors, obviously because of the layout of the building, seniors are going to be filling in the rooms that the students are vacating during certain periods. So in other words, the seniors will be doing the same thing that they're doing now, but we're going to try our best to keep their classes in close proximity so they too don't have to travel as much as they do. So that alleviates overcrowding in the hallways when students are trying to get to class and they can't because of the volume of students that we have, and it creates more efficiency for us to be able to give our teachers the time to collaborate and to provide our students with the best quality education. And in conclusion, I want to state that I was able to turnkey this information at our town hall meetings that we've had for each of our parents at different grade levels, because every grade level had a different need. And I'm trying to reach more parents and more guardians this way through the video in our website. But as always, if you wish to speak to me, I'm available by phone, by email. My door is always open. Please contact me if you have any questions. I'll be glad to address as many concerns as possible. But just know that our ultimate goal is to make sure that our students within Tottenville High School get the best quality instruction that they could possibly get. So I want to say thank you to all of you.